Hey y'all, I'm Shayna, and I'm back with another review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 7, Beef is Served. And I got my wine, y'all, because this episode was triggering. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do, if you've been here before and you haven't yet subscribed, y'all already know I'm trying to grow my channel. Help your girl out by hitting the subscribe and liking the video. If you enjoy this video and you're new here, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel and check out my other content. Okay, so we pick up right where we left off with Mia on the phone with former peach holder Peter Thomas. And she like, he family, that's like my brother. She like putting 20 on 10, like pouring it on real thick. Like, okay, pick Mia. So we see Ashley, she tells the Green Eyed Bandits her ex is trying to spin the block. He's trying to circle that block back around town. And Ashley is still house hunting. She says she put an offer on the house, but they are adamant about not leaving until July. And she's determined to leave in June. I don't see what a couple weeks difference would have made, but okay. She says she wants to move because Michael is just becoming difficult. Yeah. It's not going to get no easier from here on out. At least until the divorce is finalized and you are officially in your own home. And if you think he about to help you pay for it, child. So then we hear Mia, and she's loudly embarrassing her so-called best friend, Jacqueline. Talking about, oh, you need to borrow this. You need first it was deodorant, then it was toothpaste, then it was a razor, then it was money. Girl, is this your friend since childhood or not? Because I would never. I don't even understand it. But, okay. I wonder who's her friend now that her and Jackie apparently, according to y'all, fell out, allegedly. I don't know. So then we see Wendy and Karen talking, and it's giving a little bit forced, just a little bit forced. Because I don't really see them talking too often. But Karen speaks about her grievances with Charisse and, them falling out 5 years ago. She like, that bridge is burnt down to the ground, can't be repaired. So we see Ashley, she's TikToking again. And Giselle said, TikToking, you don't stop. I said, ooh, Giselle in that wig. Child. That was funny. So Mia comes out and she's gossiping with Ashley and producer Giselle about Peter beefing with Wendy. Giselle says, Wendy doesn't have any money. How do you know what her pocket's looking like? How do you know what her finances are looking like? How do you know, Giselle? Okay. Because you and your good homegirl, Rob, never mind. So, Giselle also claims Peter didn't even have a clue who Wendy was not too long ago. So, she's like, Wendy must have been reaching out to him. Peter is not all that. He is not the know-it-all of the restaurant industry. Like, y'all are giving Peter a little something like, everybody know who Peter is. Cynthia's ex-husband. Cynthia done moved on, got remarried and everything since. Like, why are we acting like, we giving Peter a little bit too much, okay? He wasn't... Goodness, I know he tried to be, but he wasn't. He was just a husband, even though he was acting like a wife, according to Nene Leakes. So on the ride to bar one, Mia gets really nasty, so rude with her good friend Jackie. Jackie, stand up. Stand up. Why are you letting her speak to you this way? Is she paying your rent or something? What's going on? Why you letting her talk to you like this? And you ain't gonna be talking to me like that. You're a friend of mine. I don't think so. So Mia's being phony with Karen, picking sides, choosing sides like she like to do. Talking about, oh, I see what you mean about Charisse now. I get it now because of how she was acting over the room. Girl, be quiet. Card B with Robin, Giselle, Charisse, and Ashley, I believe. They were talking about nothing worth recording because they're boring. But they were talking about doing a number 2 in front of your man. That was a topic on their podcast that I will never listen to ever. But see, that's what I get for talking trash. I done got something on my lip. Anyway, Robin says her and Juan do that all the time. I know you like to think, Robin, it's like, oh, we so comfortable. But, when you roommates with somebody, you don't really, okay, we roommates. Like, it don't really, I ain't really trying to impress you. Like, but Charisse acting like that. Like, girl, even when you was married, you wasn't doing a number 2 in front of your husband. Maybe you should have got a little more comfy and you wouldn't be divorced. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, Robin says she also walks naked in front of her teenage sons. That was disturbing. Very much so. Very much disturbing. Like, one of them is like 14. Like, girl, what is you doing? And then Ashley tried to put icing on the cake, acting like she relating. Like, oh, my mom used to do that with us. And Giselle was like, well, you're a girl. She's like, and my brothers. And she still do it to this day. Like, sometimes, what happened to what goes on in this house stays in this house? Like, y'all just telling all the business. Not running your mama's business. Your mama should not have been doing. But okay, whatever. That's my thoughts. So they arrive at bar one, and Mia's phony self gonna tell the host, talking about, oh hey family, child, he just work here, girl, just trying too hard. She been trying too hard since she stepped on the scene, and I try to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she needs to go. She can go. Her ain't her fake storylines. So Wendy said it's a coincidence that they're at bar one, but she's like, look, I ain't talking about anything work related till Monday. This ain't no work trip. Period. So at the table, Mia calls out Jackie for having hookah because they was like, ooh, should we order a hookah? No, y'all ain't gonna order no hookah because y'all boring. And then, but Jackie was like, I don't really do it, but I do it here and there because Robin was like, I'll do some hookah with you. And Mia was like, well, you got a hookah in your house. That don't mean that she does it all the time just as she got it in her house. I had a friend who had it in her house and she never even used it. Like, so there's people who have wine cellars and don't even drink. They just have it for their company and their guests. Like, so what? Like, Mia, what are you getting at? Why did you bring her on the show? To be your personal punching bag? Why is she here? So they discuss Candace and her arrival. Mia, of course, has no clue when she's coming and don't even got a bed for her. And according to Wendy, she said she's sleeping on a twin bed earlier in the episode. So I don't see how Candace gonna fit. I can't wait to see Candace go off when she get there. And then they like briefly discuss Candace and Ashley's beef. Ashley said when she was talking to Wendy at the winery, like, she's not, I forgot exactly what she said, but basically she contradicted herself. That's what she did. So we see Charisse, and, she's talking about her intentions with Karen, and she was, like, telling Karen, like, apparently, you said I had bad intentions. And Karen was like, well, who said that? And she was like, Wendy, Charisse in on it. Charisse in there trying to ice her out. You ain't even a main cast member, and you just got back on the show, barely, by the skin of your teeth, just as a friend of. And now you in cahoots with them to what? Become a main cast member again? You ain't got nothing going on, and neither do they. And Robin they could have been, honestly, they could have been left, if you ask me. I took a break from the show, came back, and ain't nothing changed. She's still talking about this non-existent marriage. Y'all can go. So, Wendy's defending herself, and Mia attempts to check her. Here go Robin talking about, Mia, don't let anyone twist your words. I roll my eyes so hard. Ooh, I don't see it for Robin at all. Not Robin Dixon. Nope. I don't know who's worse, Mia or Robin. Like, Mia was doing the most, but Robin was riding so hard. Oh, my God. Ugh. And that's why them colorist comments, but you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. That's why the streets are saying what they saying. So, Karen said, we haven't spoken in 5 years. What you want to talk about now? Why are we talking about it now? Exactly, Karen. She needs a storyline. That's why. So, they move on, and Peter comes over, and he says hi to everybody. And Peter tells Wendy she didn't answer his calls. And she was like, well, check your texts. I heard her say it loud and clear. So Mia and Charisse go to talk to Peter on the side. And Charisse is like, look, I want to open a champagne lounge. Girl, goodbye. I'm not going to that. So Peter's taken aback that Wendy came to his restaurant in his city and didn't talk to him. Since when did Miami become your city? So Mia says, look, she in her confessional, she like, if Wendy don't got the money for it, just say that. Because she like, yeah, I mean, you got to put business first. You got to get in where you fit in. You got to make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Girl, what are you talking about? Just saying stuff. And first of all, Mia, we heard your money looking real funny. Okay? It's looking a little funny. That's what they said. Allegedly. So Mia comes back to the table and tells Wendy in front of the other ladies that Peter says he has beef with her. Wendy said he don't got no beef with me. I don't beef with men. You wanna have beef? Talk to my husband. Talk to my husband. Yes, honey. Wendy also shows receipts in her confessional that Peter didn't follow up with her via text. They were having a conversation about the contract. He didn't follow back. He didn't respond. So she pulled out the receipts. So far, all season long, every time we show anything concerning Wendy, it's been accurate. So Mia tells Wendy she should have told Peter she was coming into town. Wendy said, the only man I tell where I'm coming and going is my husband. I know that's right. So Wendy was like, look, maybe you talk to men like that. Maybe you tell men where you coming. Maybe you and your husband got that kind of setup, but we don't do that over here. I don't got to let no other man know when I'm coming into town. So Mia was like, look, yeah, I talk to men. I'm the only female. I'm the youngest. I'm the only black person to sit on the board and sit in these boardrooms and these meetings. Girl, I don't believe you because you like to tell tall tales. You like to tell stories and whatnot. So please, you probably ain't sitting in no boardroom, especially now, according to the streets. But who knows? Wendy says she's the only black youngest professor at Johns Hopkins. But she's like, you don't got to tell me how to be a boss, because I am a boss. Catch that. Period. So Mia throws a drink in Wendy's face because she just can't take it no more. She don't got no comeback, so she just, back in the day, in the early Real Housewives seasons, when they were throwing drinks, it was justified. This didn't even make sense. Like, what are you mad? What got you so riled up? I think Wendy called her crater face, and that, like, hit home. Like, that just set her off. Like, she just threw the drink. Like, okay. Wendy handles it with grace. Mia tries to say that Wendy talked about her husband. She didn't talk about your husband. She said, I don't know what you and your husband got going on, but we don't do that over here. How is that talking about your husband? Girl, you're going to try to play that up like they don't got the footage. Robin says Wendy is being antagonistic, and she says it 1,000 more times the rest of the episode. I think she said that word so many times. It's been used more than I heard people saying gaslighting, narcissist, or any of the other popular words now. She wore that word out. Then she starts recording on her phone, talking about something, and then she was low-key, but high-key, blaming Wendy for the whole ordeal. Talking about ain't gonna be no he say, she say, ain't gonna be no her word against her word. I got the footage. Honey, there's cameras around. They got the footage. Producer had to tell her to put her phone up. So, and I'm like, girl, what? Ain't gonna be no he say, she say. Mia threw the drink in Wendy's face. This ain't gonna look good for y'all, no matter how you try to slice it. So, they show Karen jumping out of the seat so fast. She jumped out that seat so fast when that drink came across, okay? That was funny. So, Mia comes back. She calls Karen out for defending Wendy. How Karen get in this? Karen doesn't think anyone's right. She like, I'm not picking sides. I don't think it was right that she talks about your husband. She didn't talk about her husband, so she threw a drink on her. And she better be glad that's all she said. Honey, if it was me. Okay? But Wendy got a lot to lose, so I'm glad she took the high road on this one. Sorry, Wendy. We got your back, girl. And then she was like, I don't think it's right that you threw the drink in her face. Period. She didn't pick no sides. Giselle was talking about you're humping, pick a side. Basically saying she's straddling the fence, like you playing both sides. Karen said, I've been a friend to everyone, including your raggedy ass. The girl's getting feisty, y'all. Mia started putting her hand in Wendy's face, pointing at her and whatnot. So Wendy like, look, you better get your hand up out my face. She started getting upset, and rightfully so. She's taking enough. And literally no one at the table had her back. Nobody. Every last one of y'all, even the ones who try to ask you after the fact, I don't think that was right. No. Every last one of y'all is wrong. I think the only one who would have had her back was the one who wasn't there, and that's Candace. Because, the brown girls got to stick together. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. So, Mia tells the producers, get her out of here. She's ghetto. What? You the drink thrower? Causing a scene at the restaurant? Oof, I do not like her. The producers tell Wendy not to let Mia get her out of character. She's better than that. And is. So Mia calls G. And she's stepping outside. She asking for a flight back. Honey, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't leaving. You supposed to be hosting the trip. Girl, goodbye. I ain't falling for this. Giselle says, "Where are you going?" No, 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 you ain't leaving. No, you ain't going nowhere. Her and Robin talking about you. She. Here go Robin. She was antagonizing you. She was doing this. She was doing that. Shut up. And then Giselle, they was like, you did what she wanted you to do. So she wanted to get a drink thrown at her wet and wavy wig that waved right up. You ain't did nothing. Ain't got a smudge of makeup out of place. Wave still waving. Ain't did what you thought it did, honey. But anyway, Giselle was like, well, if you leave, we all leave because ain't nobody named Mia leaving. Oh, so if Wendy left, I'm sure nobody would care. Y'all are so trifling. Oh my gosh. That's just my opinion. So Mia gets in the car and she on the phone with G playing victim with Jackie defending her. You messed up a good friendship there, girl, because she was having your back right or wrong. It's giving a little flunky, but anyway, that's besides the point. So Wendy was like, look, she didn't say, first of all, the stuff that Mia was trying to say Wendy said, she didn't even say that. She didn't say nothing until after you threw a drink in her face. And what did you expect? Honey, you would better be glad there was still conversation being had after you threw a drink in her face. We grown women, you throw no drink in my face. So Giselle comes back to the table where a few of the ladies are sitting. And I think Ashley was saying like she didn't agree with Mia throwing a drink. But I don't trust Ashley. I do not see it for her, truth be told. So she was like, how's Mia? Who cares how Mia is, but whatever. Giselle was like, Mia, she's fine. She's okay, but she's going to figure out what she's going to do for the next couple days. Sit in that house. But anyway, so Wendy gets up. She's had enough. Like, that was a final straw. She's like, I'm not going to sit with Mia empathizers or people who don't condone violence up until now. But when Monique did it with Candace, she was against it. Period. And then Ashley gonna roll her eyes. So much for building that friendship. Wendy, watch it back. I don't even think Wendy should be on the show. I really don't. I don't. And I would say maybe she should go over there with Monique and them over there on Love and Marriage DC. But that show seemed like, honey, your marriage might not make it if you stay on that show too long. I'm just saying. Anywho, let me know what y'all thinking down in the comments. How did y'all feel about this episode? It was heavy. It was a lot. But we're going to keep watching. I will say they bring in the drama this season. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.